Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Desert Mountain High School in Scottsdale. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage of Saguaro SaberCats varsity baseball back for the 2013 season, our start of our third full season with Saguaro baseball, our fourth overall. As the SaberCats open play a day later than originally scheduled, they're on the road today here to take on the Desert Mountain Wolves. And Shane Stansbury, the leadoff hitter for the SaberCats, up there with a count of 2 balls and no strikes as he faces left-hander Thomas Wright from Desert Mountain. And the 2-0 pitch is over for a strike, and the count goes to 2-1. The SaberCats finished last year 26 wins and 9 losses. They lost in the semifinal round, or bowed out of the semifinal round of the state championships a year ago, as that ground ball's rolled slowly to short. The throw on to first base is in time, and Stansbury is retired to start the ball game. And that'll bring up the shortstop for Saguaro, Turner Lace. But again, for the SaberCats, 26 and 9 last year, got to the semifinal round and then lost back-to-back games. And they were eliminated from the state championship a year ago. And that's after coming off back-to-back state championships, as the first one to Lace is fouled out of play on the first base side, and the count goes to no balls and a strike. 1 out, base is empty, just underway, top of the first inning in the 2013 season opener for both teams. Again, playing in the Scottsdale Invitational Tournament, and this tournament was set to start yesterday, but because of bad weather all the way around the Valley, games were postponed yesterday and rescheduled. Saguaro was supposed to open with a home game against Arcadia. That has been moved to Tuesday. Swing and a miss, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Lace. So Shane Stansbury, the leadoff hitter for Saguaro, starts at third base. Turner Lace bats second and plays shortstop. The number 3 hitter is the center fielder, Luke Eichste. Brett Adams catches and hits fourth. And that breaking ball over the outside corner, a called third strike. And Lace is out number 2. And getting through the rest of the SaberCat order, Jack Jeffries at first base bats fifth. Mike Bloom, the DH, is 6th. The number 7 hitter is the second baseman, Nick Lubrani. Steve Gifford will play right field and bat 8th. And the number 9 hitter is the left fielder, JT Nettleton. And it's Thomas Wright that draws the start today for Desert Mountain, as the first one to Eichste is over for a strike. Wright pitches to Ben Rodriguez. And the next one over, and a called strike, and it's 0-2. Well, it's the first baseman for Desert Mountain. Corey Wheaton plays second. Cody Erickson is at shortstop. David Greer, the third baseman. As the fastball misses away, and it's 1-2. And the Wolves with an outfield of Jacob Goldfarb in left field. Lucas Jacoby in center field. Jake McAdams plays right field. Now the 1 and the 1-2. And a breaking ball, that skips in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the first inning. And the left-hander right back up there and ready to go into the windup again, and the 2-2 pitch. And misses inside, and the count runs full on Eichste. Luke's able to get aboard again. It's Brett Adams to follow for the SaberCats. And the 3-2. And that's over for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts ends the top of the first inning for Saguaro as they go up and down in order. And after a half inning of play, it's Saguaro nothing and Desert Mountain coming to bat. David Greer in to start things off for Desert Mountain in the bottom of the first inning, and takes ball 1 from Saguaro starter Nick Meservey. And the 1-0 pitch. Close, but called a ball, and it's 2-0. So Greer leads off at third base. Cody Erickson bats second for Desert Mountain at shortstop. Ben Rodriguez, the catcher, is third. Jake McAdams in right field will hit fourth. The next one is high, 3-0. Sam Willits at first base is the number 5 hitter, batting 6th. The left fielder, Jacob Goldfarb. Lucas Jacoby hits 7th and plays center field. The 3-0. And that's over for a strike, and it's 3-1. The number 8 hitter is the designated hitter, Michael Salazar. He bats for the pitcher, Thomas Wright. And Corey Wheaton bats 9th and plays second base. The 3-1, that's over for a strike, and the count runs full. So Meservey trying to come all the way back here after missing with the first 3 offerings. And a 3-2. And that's knocked foul out of play on the first base side. SaberCats defensively, Nettleton, Eichste, and Gifford in the outfield. Stansbury and Lace on the left side of the infield. Lubrani and Jeffries on the right. Adams catching for Meservey as the pitch is high, and it's ball 4. So 3 balls, then 3 strikes. The third one being fouled off, and then a ball. And that's how the outing starts for Nick Meservey. And now with David Greer aboard at first base, the batter is Cody Erickson. Well, a change here at Desert Mountain. Brian Stevenson takes over as head coach, as Brian Rice was the head man here at Desert Mountain. I believe it was 14 years. But Desert Mountain decided to make a change last year. And they bring in Coach Stevenson, who was most recently at Mesa Westwood High School. That's the first one. Erickson misses for a ball. Greer with the lead over at first base, and it's a pretty good lead over there. And it's over for a strike, and the count goes to 1-1 on Erickson. No score, bottom of the first inning. Wolves with their leadoff hitter aboard at first. And a step and an easy throw to first base. You know, Meservey just trying to get it dialed in over there at first base. A little better move, but again, backstanding is Greer. And then, of course, that's the thing about it. Good base running over there at first base. You maybe get a bigger lead, but typically kind of looking at a one-way lead where your first move is going to be back toward the bag, as that's a line shot out to left field. Dying down there in left, and diving down to get it is Nettleton. And he picks it up for the first out. So Erickson lines out to Nettleton in left. Greer has to go back to first base, and now with 1 on and 1 out, the batter is Ben Rodriguez. Well, these two teams have met in the Scottsdale Invitational at least the last couple of years that we've been here. Last year over at Saguaro, that was a 7-5 win for Desert Mountain. And then a memorable game here 2 years ago, as the first one Rodriguez misses for ball 1. The game actually ended up really with 3 different final scores because of what happened in the bottom of the last inning. Rodriguez with a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Meservey with a set and a snap throw over to first base, and back is Greer. But the Wolves hit what amounted to a walk-off home run in that one a couple of years ago. Swing and a miss there, maybe on a changeup, and the count goes to 1-2. But because of things that went on around the base paths and Desert Mountain making contact with runners and the hitter coming in, as the next one misses, it's down in the dirt, and that's going to allow the runner to go to second base. And safe at second is Greer. So 2-2 now at Rodriguez. Greer goes to second on a wild pitch. And Desert Mountain gets a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first. At 2-2. And that ball hammered to left field. No chance here. Nettleton looks up. And it's gone. A long home run, and Desert Mountain jumps out on top here in the bottom of the first inning. And they go up by a score of 2-0. No doubt about that one coming off the bat, except to whether it was going to stay fair. And then the only other question was how far it was going to go. And Rodriguez with the swing of the bat puts Desert Mountain up 2-0, a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first inning. And now the batter, Jake McAdams. McAdams with a swing and a miss for a strike. The one strike. It's over the outer half of the plate for a strike, and it's 0-2. Meservey's two-strike pitch and a breaking ball. That's off the end of the bat, fouled off right side, and we stay at 0-2. So going back to that game a couple of years ago, it was scored initially as the walk-off home run and a win for Desert Mountain. Then it was changed at one point. As the next one is high, they get a 1 point, went back to a Saguaro win because of the interference or the obstruction that occurred, and then I think it ultimately was ruled a tie, I believe. And there's a swing and a miss, and McAdams strikes out, and there's 2 away in the Wolves' first inning. Desert Mountain leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the first, and the batter is Tim Willits.
Now batting for the Wolves, first baseman Tim Willits.
First one to Willits, high and outside for ball 1. The 1-0. That's high for a ball, 2-0. 2 outs and the base is empty, but 2 runs in for Desert Mountain in the bottom of the first. The 2-0. Yeah, misses for a ball, 3-0. And Meservey backed and gets one over for a strike, 3-1. She fell behind the leadoff hitter Greer, 3-0. Came back to 3-2 before walking him. And a swing and a miss. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Willits, with Jacob Goldfarb next for Desert Mountain. And the 3-2. And a swing and a miss. So Meservey gets back-to-back strikeouts to end the bottom of the first inning, but he also gives up a walk and a 2-run home run to Ben Rodriguez. And after 1 inning of play, Desert Mountain leads Saguaro 2-0. Brett Adams leads it off for Saguaro in the top of the second inning. Takes the first one from right low for ball 1. Adams, Jeffries, and Bloom for Saguaro in the second. The 1-0. It's inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Right with the 2-0. And a high fly ball into shallow right center. And Jacoby over to make the catch, and that's the first out in the SaberCats' second. Now the first baseman, Jack Jeffries. And Jeffries takes one at the knees for strike 1. A lot of production to replace for the SaberCats this year, as the next one is low and inside, and it's 1-1. Returning pitching for the SaberCats, just 25 2/3 innings from their returning players, as that's popped up on the right side. It's the second baseman Wheaton there for the catch, 2 away. And then as far as offensive production, you look at Stansbury and Lace. They were pretty much everyday starters last year for the SaberCats. Stansbury 50 at-bats, Lace 75 as Bloom takes a strike. Bloom, another guy that got some playing time, but not a whole lot, just 13 at-bats. Brett Adams with 30 at-bats. And Stephen Gifford just 4. So it's a lot of offense to replace as well for Saguaro, as the count moves to 0-2. 2 outs, bases empty in the top of the second. And the pitch. And that's bounced in, and the ball, the count rather, goes to 1-2. 5 up and 5 down for Thomas Wright. Trying to make it 6 in a row here, the 1-2. And a breaking ball, that's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. SaberCats looking for their first base runner. Wolves got a leadoff walk in the bottom of the first inning and then a 2-run homer from Ben Rodriguez. And that pitch over the inside corner, and that'll do it as Bloom strikes out as the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Thomas Wright. And after an inning and a half, Saguaro still trails Desert Mountain 2-0. 6, 7, and 8 in the order for Desert Mountain in the second as Jacob Goldfarb takes the first one from Meservey over the outside corner for a strike. The 0-1. And a swing and a miss. The 0-2. A fastball, and that's high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I mentioned Saguaro, their returning players, just 25 2/3 innings worth of work. Most of that taken care of by Meservey as he snaps a breaking ball over the inside corner for a strike. Goldfarb watches it, and he heads to the Desert Mountain dugout. A strikeout to start the bottom of the second. 3 in a row now retired by strikes from Meservey. And the batter is Lucas Jacoby. But Nick, a year ago, went 1-0 on the season with an ERA of 3.76. He went 22 1/3 innings, allowed 20 hits, 17 walks, 22 strikeouts. And opponents hit just .225 against him last year. And Jacoby with a swing and a miss for a strike. And the next one high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. And a fly ball hit out to right field. Back is Gifford. And he's there to put it away for out number 2. Two outs and the base is empty. The batter, Mike Salazar. He takes the first one high for ball 1. The 1-0. This is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Salazar ready, and Meservey. This is high with the next one. 3 balls and no strikes. It's the 3rd time that Meservey has gone to 3-0 on a hitter. First time he walked Greer. The 2nd time he came back to strike out Tim Willits, and now he gets a strike across to Salazar, and it's 3-1. And another one over for a strike, and the count moves to 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. And so Meservey does come back to get another strikeout, his 2nd of the inning, 4th of the ball game. And it's an up and down inning for Desert Mountain after 2. It's the Wolves 2 and the SaberCats nothing. Nick Lebrani starts things off for Saguaro in the 3rd, and going after the first one, fouls it straight back for strike 1. Lebrani, Gifford, and Nettleton for Saguaro in the 3rd. Swing and a miss, and the count goes to 0-2. 6 up and 6 down for Saguaro. And the next one bounced in there. 1-2 the count now on Lebrani, the SaberCats 2nd baseman. A ground out, 3 strikeouts, a fly ball, and a pop-up. The 1-2. And Misses off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a 2-2. That's bounced in there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. All right, 10, just one other 3-ball count. That was 3-2 on Luke Eichste. Got him out on strikes to end the first. And a swing and a miss. Librani down on strikes, and that's the first down of the 3rd inning. Strikeout number 4 for Thomas Wright. And the batter, Stephen Gifford. And Gifford rolls one up the middle. It's knocked down by Wheaton and on to first base. Called safe over at first base. The throw was in time, but Willits came off the bag. Rodriguez out to talk to Wright. So Gifford aboard at first base. And the batter is JT Nettleton. First one to Nettleton on the inside corner, a strike. Gifford aboard at first base with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. SaberCats trailing the Wolves 2-0. Throw just about got away over there at first base, as well it's had to go up high to bring it down. The 1 strike. That's low, and it's 1-1. Shane Stansberry in the on-deck circle for the SaberCats. Yeah, that one is behind Nettleton, and that will allow the runner Gifford to go to second base. So a wild pitch moves the runner into scoring position. And time is called. And a pop up, that's going to get back and out of play. And the 2-2. Breaking ball, that one not close, and the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. I'll look back to second base. And the turn back. Nobody to throw to back there. Right sets and the 3-2. That's behind him. That'll go to the backstop. And Gifford will go to third base. And good base running there for the SaberCats as Nettleton never slows down and gets himself all the way to second base. So a walk to Nettleton and then a wild pitch moves Gifford to third and Nettleton to second. And now 2 aboard. And one out, and we go to the top of the order for Shane Stansbury. Stansbury grounded out to start the ball game, but he batted .340 a year ago. A couple of doubles and a triple, 9 RBI. And now a chance here to get an RBI or two to start this 2013 season. Going after the first one, pops it up into foul territory down the first base line. And just out of reach of the first baseman Willits as it gets out of play. Two in scoring position with one out, the one strike pitch. Bounced in for a ball, and it's 1-1. The 1-1. That's bounced in. Trickled away from Rodriguez, but not far enough for Gifford to take the chance over at third base. SaberCats down a couple of runs here in the top of the third inning. And the next one misses outside, and Stansbury now in the driver's seat with a 3-1 count. The 3-1. Hit right back up the middle, and now they got the runner hung up between third and home as Gifford will go back to third and be tagged out. Now SaberCats had the runner going on contact, and Wright able to field his position as he makes the play. Middleton goes to third. Stansbury aboard at first on the fielder's choice. SaberCats were hoping that they could keep him in a rundown or get in a rundown long enough to get Stansbury to second, but he was not able to take off. And now with runners at the corners and two outs, the batter Turner Lace. And runners coming home and safe at the plate, and the SaberCats steal a run here in the bottom of the top of the third inning, rather. And Stansbury took off, distracted the pitcher Wright just enough, and Middleton able to come in from third base, so he scores. SaberCats are on the board in the top of the third and trail 2-1. Pitch over for a strike, and a throw back to second base. Not in time as Stansbury gets back. Lace called out on strikes his first time up. His numbers from a year ago: .333 average, 2 doubles, a home run, 19 runs knocked in. The ball bounced in and got away from Rodriguez, but again, not far enough for the runner to advance as Stansbury stays put. Tying run in scoring position with 2 outs in the top of inning number 3. So while trailing Desert Mountain 2-1, it's the 2013 season opener for both teams, as they will play 4 games over the next several days in the pool play here in the Scottsdale Invitational. SaberCats will be on the road tomorrow at Sunrise Mountain, on Saturday rather, at Sunrise Mountain. That'll be a 3 o'clock start. And then home games Monday against Gilbert and Tuesday against Arcadia. The 1-1. It's off the hands. Fouled off, and the count goes to 1-2. For Desert Mountain, they'll be on the road at Arcadia tomorrow. They'll play at Gilbert on Saturday morning. And that was actually going to be their opener yesterday at Gilbert, but because of the weather, that game got moved to 9 o'clock Saturday morning. And then Monday they will host Sunrise Mountain. Runner takes off, and the ball punched off the end of the bat and out of play. Right looking in as Lace awaits the pitch. Curveball misses. Luke Eichste would be next for Saguaro. Look back to second base in the pitch. Popped up, first base side in foul territory, but playable. And Willett's over there to make the catch. And the side is retired, but Saguaro gets on the board for the first time as they get a run in the top of the third inning after 2.5. They trail Desert Mountain 2-1. Corey Wheaton starts things off for the Wolves in the bottom of the third, trying to bunt his way on, and punts it foul to the backstop for strike one. And swing and a miss. Pitch up out of the strike zone, and the count goes to 0-2. Wheaton, followed by the top of the order, Greer and Erickson for Desert Mountain. The 2-strike pitch. And a swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Takes care of Wheaton in the bottom of the third. Strikeout number 5 for Nick Meservey. And the batter is David Greer. And Greer walked and scored his first time up. First one from Meservey misses low for a ball. The 1-0 pitch. It's over for a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. And a fly ball. Hit out to center field and hit well. Eichste on his horse, not able to get it just off the end of his glove. And Greer coming around for third base, and he will be in as the throw is cut off. The ball had some carry on it. It wasn't as though Eichste just turned and ran for the warning track. He was just kind of drifting back there and then had to turn it on a little bit, and the ball goes off his glove. And so Greer at third base with 1 out for Cody Erickson. And time called. Corners up for the SaberCats as Stansbury is even with a bag at third. Jeffries the same at first. The middle infielders, Lace and Lebrani, back and will concede a run if they get a ground ball. First one to Erickson over for a strike. Cody lined out his first time up as he hit a sinking line drive into left field that JT Nettleton was able to pick up. And now a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. The 2-strike pitch. Just missed off the outside corner, and it's 1-2. And if you're Meservey and the SaberCats with that runner at third and 1 out, you're looking for that strikeout to try to get the second out, and then you're not as worried about that runner. But a fly ball is hit out to right field. Over there to get it is Gifford to make the catch. The throw comes in a little bit tardy, and it's a sacrifice fly, and Desert Mountain gets their run right back in the bottom of the third inning. And that ball came off the bat. I thought it had a chance to get down in right field, but it hung up, and Gifford got a good jump on it to get over there and haul it in. So he makes the catch for the second out, but Greer able to tag from third base and score easily. And Desert Mountain has the 2-run cushion back as they lead Saguaro 3-1 in the bottom of the third. And now Ben Rodriguez, who accounted for the first 2 runs, and he slams a ball out to center field. Eichste going back. He looks up, and that one's gone. Hits off the batter's eye above the yellow line in straightaway center field, and Ben Rodriguez has his second home run of the ball game. No doubt about this one either. That one came off the bat, and just little doubt. And hit probably about 6 or 8 feet above the yellow line out in straightaway center field. So another 2-run inning for Desert Mountain. They got 2 in the first. Now they've got 2 in the third and lead 4-1. And the batter is Jake McAdams. And McAdams takes high for ball 1. That one off the end of the bat and out of play on the first base side. And the count goes to 1-1. It's normal high school dimensions here at Desert Mountain. 315 down the left field line, 320 down the line and right. And another one fouled out of play right side, and the count goes to 1-2. 350 in left center field, 360 in right center, and 375 to straightaway center field. The 1-2. And a breaking ball over the outside corner for a called third strike. And McAdams and the Wolves are done in the third. Meservey with 2 more strikeouts in the inning. He's got 6 through 3 innings, but he also gives up a couple of more runs as they get 2 runs on 2 hits, and after 3, it's Desert Mountain 4 and Saguaro 1. Three, 4, and 5 of the order for Saguaro in the fourth. Luke Eichste leads off and takes inside for ball 1. Eichste, Adams, and Jeffries for Saguaro in the top of the fourth inning. The 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball over to third. Greer has it. And on to first base in time. Leadoff hitter retired in the top of the fourth inning. Now the batter, Brett Adams, who went to 6 for 30 last year. Limited time, 200 batting average with 3 RBI. And a pitch fouled straight back and out of play. The 0-1 misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 misses high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 fastball misses high. 3 balls and a strike. Base is empty with 1 out in the top of the fourth inning. Saguaro trailing Desert Mountain 4-1. Season opener for both teams. And there's a line drive out to left center field on the run, and there to make the catch is Goldfarb. They had him shaded a little bit into the alley and took really extra bases away from Brett Adams.
Now batting Jeffries.
Two outs and the base is empty for Jack Jeffries, who popped out his first time up. And a pitch foul back to the backstop for strike 1. The 0-1 is swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. And the 2-strike pitch. And a swung and a miss. Jeffries out on strikes, and it's a 3-up, 3-down, 4th inning for Saguaro. SaberCats fail to score, and after 3.5, trail Desert Mountain by a score of 4-1. Tim Willits, the leadoff hitter for the Wolves in the bottom of the 4th inning, takes the first one low for a ball. Willits, Goldfarb, and Jacoby for Desert Mountain. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. Pitch foul back and out of play, and the count's 1-2. Willits struck out swinging to end the 1st inning for Desert Mountain. And the 1-2 misses away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Willits strikes out for the 2nd time. It's the first out of the 4th inning. Strikeout number 7 for Nick Meservey. And the batter is Jacob Goldfarb. Goldfarb takes ball 1. He was called out on strikes his first time up. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. And went right back on the inside corner, a strike, and it's 1-2. Fastball, that's high, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. That's high for ball 3, and the count now full on Goldfarb. And the SaberCats will be off tomorrow, but then they'll go on the road Saturday over to Peoria to play Sunrise Mountain. Pitch foul back. And a 3-2 is high, and that's ball 4. Goldfarb didn't want to take first base, didn't think it was ball 4, but sure enough it was. I don't know why the plate umpire wasn't a little more encouraging for him to take off to first base, but he's down there now, and it's a 1-out walk, and the batter, Lucas Jacoby. On Desert Mountain, one of the favorites in their division. Sunrise Mountain definitely has to be a favorite in Division II baseball, with a couple of pitchers set to pitch over at Arizona State, and Seth Martinez and Brick Paskowitz. And that one misses somewhere to Jacoby, and the count goes to 2-0. 4-1 Desert Mountain as they bat at the bottom of the 4th inning, 1 on and 1 out. And that went over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Jacoby with a fly ball to Gifford in right field, his first time up. The 2-1 as the runner takes off. The pitch a strike, the throw to second base. Boy, that comes off the glove. As that throw might have got him if Lebroni had been able to hang on, but the ball came out. And so it's a steal for Goldfarb. He moves into scoring position as the count sits at 2-2 on Jacoby. Well, that pitch looks pretty good. We'd call the ball. And that runs the count full. Turn back to second base. The SaberCats already down 4-1. Trying to keep it close here. And that one fouled off at the plate. Look back to second, another 3-2. And a line drive, and that's past Stansbury and into left field. The runner will hold to throw the and that will give Desert Mountain an extra. Nettleton came up firing from left field and missed both Stansbury and Lace. It rolls all the way to Adams. That allows Jacoby to go to second. So a mistake there puts another runner into scoring position with one out. The batter, Michael Salazar. And now a timeout is called as Saguaro head coach Ryan Dyer on his way to the mound. We get a break in the bottom of the fourth inning. Desert Mountain leading Saguaro 4-1. Meservey right back to work. And throws one past Mike Salazar for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. That one fouled off. And it's 0-2. Meservey into the line of the 2-strike pitch. Check swing and a ball off the end of the bat fouled off. And it stays 0-2. Again, the SaberCats in a situation where they're looking for a strikeout with a couple of runners in scoring position and only one out. Pitch high, and it's 1-2. Goldfarb at third, Jacoby at second. Desert Mountain with 2 runs in the first and 2 in the third. And that pitch over the outside corner, a called third strike. 8 strikeouts now for Meservey as he gets the second out of the fourth inning. But his job not done. He got to get one more here as he faces the number 9 hitter in Corey Wheaton. Meservey with 2 strikeouts in each of the first 4 innings for 8 overall. He's got at least one more hitter to face, one more out to get in the fourth. Wheaton was a strikeout victim in the third inning, and he takes strike one. Again, I mentioned 2 runs in the first, 2 in the third for Desert Mountain. Saguaro got their lone run in the top of the third. There's a slow roller hit to the left side, picked up by Stansbury, and to throw to first base. And that'll do it as Meservey pitches out of trouble in the fourth inning. And Desert Mountain fails to score. No runs on a base hit, plus a walk. They leave 2. And after 4 innings of play, Desert Mountain still leads Saguaro by a score of 4-1. First pitch in the 5th inning, and a ball head out to center field. A diving try for Jacoby. Not able to get to it, and into second base goes the leadoff hitter, Michael Bloom. So Bloom with a leadoff double for the SaberCats in the 5th, their first hit of the ball game. And the batter is Nick Lubrani. SaberCats able to get their run in the third inning without the benefit of a base hit. First one to Lebrani, low for ball one. You remember that in the third inning, Lebrani out on strikes to start the inning. Gifford hit a ground ball to second. Wheaton fielded clean and through, but pulled the first baseman Willits off the bag. That was an E4. Fastball is high, and it's 2-0. Nettleton then walked. Gifford went to third on a wild pitch. Was forced on a ground ball, but then Nettleton was the guy that scored as he went to second on a wild pitch, advanced to third, and then stole home. As that ball is hit down the left field line, could be trouble if it's fair. It is down for a base hit, and being waved around and scoring on the play is Bloom, and Lebrani is in at second base. Back-to-back doubles for the SaberCats in the fifth inning, and they get a run here in the top of the fifth and now trail 4-2. Now Lebrani at second with nobody on, a run in for Stephen Gifford. And Gifford trying to check his swing on a pitch up out of the strike zone, but could not hold up as the plate umpire says he went around. The 0-1. And a line drive, and that's over the head of the shortstop, Erickson. And a runner going to be waved around third base. The throw comes to the middle of the infield, and it's cut off, and it's an RBI single for Stephen Gifford. And the SaberCats 3 straight hits to start the top of the fifth inning and trail 4-3. Timeout coming from the Desert Mountain dugout as Brian Stevenson, their head coach, makes his way to the mound. We'll take a break in the top of the fifth, and it looks like we're going to get a change. Saguaro trailing Desert Mountain 4-3. Now, Desert Mountain does make a pitching change as Cody Erickson, the starting shortstop, is now on to pitch. Prompts a couple of other moves that we'll give you here in a moment as he faces JT Nettleton. And Nettleton fouls one off on the third base side for a strike. So 3 straight base hits. Chase, the starter for Desert Mountain, as Thomas Wright was knocked out of the ballgame. But Erickson on a pitch. David Greer moves from third base to shortstop. Jake McAdams moves from right field to third base. And there's a new right fielder in the ballgame, Tanner Fraley. Comes off the bench and into right field. So swing and a miss there, and the count goes to 0-2. SaberCats have the tying run at first base with nobody out in the top of the fifth. And the 0-2. And that's bounced in there for a ball, 1-2. Again, the SaberCats got a run in the third inning. Their only run through the first 4. And they did that without a base hit, but now 3 straight hits start the fifth inning. The 1-2. That's outside. And that's a ball 2, and it got away, and that's going to allow the runner, Gifford, to go to second base. Rodriguez has to talk to Erickson now as the SaberCats move the tying run into scoring position. 4-3 ball game, top of the fifth, season opener for both teams. Game 1 of the Scottsdale Invitational Tournament. Again, this was supposed to have been the second game of the tournament, but yesterday's games washed out. The set and the 2-2. And a swing, and now that ball's going to go into center field as it got away. And a break there for the SaberCats. It was down. Ball was down in the dirt. Could hear it skip. And Gifford taking a big lead off second base. Rodriguez, instead of just throwing Nettleton out at first, decides to throw behind the runner at second and ended up throwing it into center field. Now the bunt on. And a throw down to second base, and now a base running error for the SaberCats. Saguaro trying to bunt. At least they had the play on. Stansbury did not get the ball down, and Gifford too far off the bag and is picked off by the catcher Rodriguez. So Gifford the first out, Nettleton aboard at first. And Stansbury at the plate, down on the count 0-1. And now down on the count 0-2 as that one pumped over for a strike from Cody Erickson. And a swing and a miss. Stansbury strikes out, and there's out number 2. Throw over to first. As the runner gets back, the ball came out of the glove of Willits at first base. And a big lead, and stealing it, nearly standing up, and then Nettleton decides to slide, and boy, he went in late, and you have to hope he's okay out there. He stumbled on the bag, and time is called. They're going to check him out here, and I bet you what happened is he probably got deked by one of those middle infielders for Desert Mountain, as they probably acted as though the throw was coming in, even though he knew in his mind that there was, such a big jump that there was no way that throw was going to have a chance to get him. So he gets into scoring position now, 2 outs and the inning, and we'll see if Turner Lace can deliver a big base hit to try to get the SaberCats even here in the top of the 5th. Again, the SaberCats were scheduled to open at home yesterday against Arcadia. That game has been moved to Tuesday. Lace with a swing and a miss. The count moves to 1-1. Couple of runs in here for the SaberCats in the 5th inning to get back within a run. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Nettleton with the leadoff second, and he takes off, and that ball's drifting out into right field, but it'll hang up there, and the new right fielder Fraley there to make the catch, and the side retired. But the SaberCats with some noise in the top of the 5th inning as they score twice, and they do it on 3 base hits. They leave 1, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. SaberCats trailing Desert Mountain by a score of 4-3. Top of the order for Desert Mountain in the bottom of the 5th inning. David Greer takes ball 1 from new Saguaro pitcher Michael Bloom. Next one is a fastball high, 2-0. So Bloom takes over for Nick Meservey. Nick goes 4 innings for Saguaro, allows 4 hits, 4 runs all earned, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, and he threw 80 pitches. Next one misses, and it's 3-0. Thomas Wright, the starter for Desert Mountain. We can give you his line as well, as he goes 4 innings plus 3 hitters in the 5th. As that pitch is over for a strike, and it's 3-1. But in 4 innings, he allows 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He threw 65 pitches. And that pitch will miss outside. It's a leadoff walk to Greer in the 5th. And now time called. Meservey running in the outfield. I don't know if they're going to let him do that. And I don't know if that's for sure what Coach Stevenson is going to ask about, but I don't think he can run in the outfield in a regular season game or even in a tournament game. Can do it during a scrimmage, but not during a regular game, and we'll see if that's what they're talking about here. But Greer aboard at first base for Cody Erickson, who drove in a run with a sacrifice fly his last time up.
Batting number 4, Cody Erickson.
And Erickson takes the first one for ball 1. Set of the 1-0 pitch. And that's a high fly ball. That's hit well out to left center field. And that's going to the fence and over. Nettleton runs out of room. And it's a 2-run home run for Cody Erickson. The 3rd home run of the ball game for the Wolves. And once again, they get runs right back. Saguaro scores 2 in the top of the 5th. And quickly here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Desert Mountain gets both runs right back. And they lead 6-3. Now Ben Rodriguez. And Rodriguez with a 2-run home run in the 1st inning, a solo home run in the 3rd.
Now batting full, Big Ben Rodriguez.
First one to Rodriguez, over for a strike. And Rodriguez hammers another one down the left field line. And it is a home run. Boy, it was took a while to get the signal from the plate umpire, but that one hammered. This was a line shot, and Ben Rodriguez has hit 3 home runs in 3 at-bats to start his 2013 season. So back-to-back home runs in the 5th inning for Desert Mountain, the 3rd of the ball game for Rodriguez, and it's 7-3 Wolves. Jake McAdams hits a shot out to short, picked up by Lace, and the throw to first in time. McAdams retired, and the batter is Tim Willits. First one low for ball 1. Willits 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts. And that went over at the knees for a strike. And it's 1-1. A swing and a miss, or maybe a foul tip, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-2. The 1-2. And a ground ball over to third. Stansberry gets rid of it in a hurry on to first base, and there's 2 away. With 2 outs, the batter is the left fielder, Jacob Goldfarb.
Overall, okay. Yeah. The end got a little shaky.
And that one back and out of play for strike 1. Check swing, that one fouled back, and it's 0-2. Now, Desert Mountain's got great production from the top third of their order. Hitters 4 through 9, just a walk and a single. And Goldfarb continues that trend there as he is out on strikes. And that will end the Desert Mountain 5th inning, but they get 3 more runs on a 2-run homer from Cody Erickson, and then Ben Rodriguez follows with a solo shot. And after 5 innings of play, Desert Mountain leads Saguaro 7-3. 3, 4, and 5 in the order for Saguaro, and Luke Eichste going after the first one, fouls it just wide of the line and right. Eichste called out on strikes in the first, grounded out in the 4th. So it'll be Eichste, Adams, and Jeffries scheduled to hit for the SaberCats in the top of the 6th inning. Saguaro down 7-3. Next one over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Yeah, and the 0-2 pitch comes up and hits Eichste. SaberCats will take that. It's a painful way to get the inning started, but already down 0-2. We'll take that hit batter as the SaberCats need base runners down 4 with just 6 outs to work with. Brett Adams, who hit a ball well his last time up into left center field, but it was tracked down by Goldfarb. He was shaded into the alley some and able to run it down. Quick move and a close play over at first, but Eichste got back. And this one lifted into right field. Going to be easy play out there, and Fraley with the catch. One out in the SaberCat 6th inning, and the batter Jack Jeffries. Throw to first base. That one not quite as close. Next one misses, and then a throw behind the runner at first, and Eichste back. Jeffries pops out to the second baseman, Wheaton, his first time up, and then struck out to end the 4th. Breaking ball just misses. 2-0 the count. 1-on-1 out top of the 6th inning. SaberCats trailing the Wolves 7-3. Again, Saguaro will be back at it on Saturday on the road at Sunrise Mountain. Desert Mountain will play tomorrow at Arcadia, and then Saturday morning at Gilbert. Now 3-0 on Jeffries. And that'll miss for ball 4. A hit batter and a walk. Sandwiched around a fly ball to right field, and the SaberCats have 2 aboard for Michael Bloom. And Bloom started things off for the SaberCats in the 5th inning with a double. The first of 3 straight base hits that knocked Desert Mountain starter Thomas right out of the ball game. First one to Bloom inside for a ball. But through 4 innings, Wright was dynamite. No hits allowed, just 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. They look back to second, the 1-0 pitch. And that one hit sharp up the middle. Tap of the bag at second to throw on to first. And that'll be a double play. That ball, one more skip, and it might have got into center field, but instead, Greer starts a 6-4-3 double play. And the SaberCats are done in the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a hit batter. They leave one. We go to the bottom of the 6th from Desert Mountain High School, and the SaberCats trail the Wolves 7-3. Bottom third of the order for Desert Mountain in the bottom of the 6th inning as Lucas Jacoby leads off and takes ball 1. Jacoby goes after the next one, and that's a ground ball and a base hit into center field. That's what Saguaro needed on that last swing of the bat in the top of the 6th inning. Just one more bounce to get past the infielders, but instead a ground ball double play into the inning. So Jacoby with a leadoff base hit, his 2nd hit of the ball game, and the batter is Tanner Fraley. You remember that Fraley took over in right field when Desert Mountain made their pitching change in the top of the 5th. And that ball pops off the glove of Adams and goes to the backstop, and that'll move the runner into scoring position at second base. So pass ball puts the runner to second as Fraley's up there with a count of 1 ball and no strikes. New pitcher for Saguaro, Stephen Gifford, the left-hander on. Missed with that last one, so the count now 2-0. And the pitch. Oh, you're going to say that the Fraley went around there. And the count 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2. The 2-2. And it's fouled out of play on the right side. The set from Gifford in the 2-2, and that one's fouled over the first base dugout. Fastball high and away, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runner takes off, and it's a ground ball out to short. Picked up there, and they throw on to first base is in time. So Lace throws out Fraley for the first out. Jacoby goes to third base, and the batter is Corey Wheaton.
For the Wolves, Corey Wheaton.
Wheaton a strikeout and a ground out in his 2 at-bats. And now Gifford steps off as Saguaro's going to bring the infield in here, trying to cut off that runner at third base, down 7-3. And the first one fouled back and out of play for strike 1. Runner at third with 1 out, bottom of the 6th inning. Desert Mountain up 7-3. strike. That's high, and it's 1-1. That ball hit well out to left field. That's going to send Nettleton back. He gets under it for the catch. But the runner will tag from third base and score, and Desert Mountain has run number 8. It's a sacrifice fly off the bat of Corey Wheaton. As he gets his first RBI of the day. Jacoby scores, and now it's back to the top of the order for David Greer. And the first one to Greer outside for a ball. David's been on base all 3 times up. And he scored all 3 times. He walked and scored in the first, tripled and scored in the third, walked and scored in the 5th. Takes one for a strike, and it's 1-1. And there's a ground ball out to Lace. He's got it. And the throw on to first base is in time, and that'll end the inning. Desert Mountain adds another run, though, in the 6th, and after 6, they lead 8-3. As a hitting, couple of changes has been Lagusis. Pinch hits for the SaberCats and takes ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. At the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. And a pitching change for Desert Mountain as David Greer is now on to try to finish things up. Erickson goes back to shortstop. There's a line shot out of play on the left side, and the count is 1-2. Gifford and Nettleton to follow for Saguaro in the 7th. The 1-2. And a swing and a miss. So Lagusis out on strikes. There's one away for Stephen Gifford. First one to Gifford. Didn't miss by much. Maybe a little bit inside for ball 1. Gifford with an RBI base hit his last time up. He reached on an error his first time. And that one a called strike. And the 1-1. Fastball. This is outside, 2-1. Base is empty with 1 out of the top of the 7th inning. The SaberCats down 8-3. Greer with a 2-1. And a swing and a miss. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Gifford strikes out, so Greer comes on and gets back-to-back strikeouts in the 7th. And now the SaberCats down to their final out. And the batter, JT Nettleton. First one pumped over for strike 1. Nettleton walked and scored in the 3rd inning. Struck out but reached on a wild pitch in the 5th. The 0-1. A breaking ball. Oh, it's close there. Plate umpire started up but stopped himself, and it's 1-1. 2 outs and the base is empty in the top of the 7th. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball over for a strike, and it's 1-2. And now Saguaro down to their final strike here in the 7th.